So they've been working with us for, it's probably been a couple of years now.
Yeah.
So look, we're getting closer, so we're getting close to the bid documents, so I'll turn it over to them.
Good evening, and thanks for having me. It's great to see familiar faces and a few new ones. And so I was here in October of last year, presented the progress of where we were at with the Riverfront Park planning, and really excited to share where we've come in the last 4 or 5 months. So it's very hard to read, but bigger picture, you can see the middle bar with the orange. We went through a period of public engagement along with schematic design. So we have along the way, since the meeting in October 2024, put an online survey out where we got 200 plus responses. It was a really great response rate. We had 2 open table events in October. We had an open house event at the SVRC Marketplace that's right next to the site, and then we also had some information at the Trunk or Treat in October as well. A lot of people came through. There was a lot of fun there. And then we've been doing a lot of outreach to different neighborhood association groups. We've been able to schedule 1 meeting to date, but are really excited about the meeting that we have tomorrow, where we'll hopefully have a lot more folks in attendance to provide some feedback. So throughout the survey and what we've heard about, we thought we'd just summarize some of the things that folks have told us. So overall survey statistics, it ran from October 14th to November 22nd, and we had 235 responses overall. One thing we asked is, what do you do while you're at the riverfront today? So here's some of the word clouds that people kind of pointed out. Exploring, picnicking, biking in nature, fishing, going to the river, walking, sitting, exercise, relaxing. So this was a really great starting point for us. Again, it's very hard to read, but I'll just try to read a couple of these. Someone said, ride the bike trail from Potoff Park down to the Anderson Enrichment Center. So highlighting the importance of the bike trail. Walking with your granddaughter, who's 4, looking at birds, river, and collecting sticks and rocks for a craft project. So really thinking about habitat and that connection to nature as well, which is really amazing at the waterfront. So we asked folks, what kinds of amenities would you like or not like to see more of on your riverfront? The top responses were walking paths, public art, bike paths, playgrounds, and more seating in quiet spaces. So that was really informative for us. What types of events would you like or not like to see more of on your riverfront? The top responses here were farmers markets, which is great because this place is right next to the SVRC. Outdoor small concerts, like smaller, more local-based concerts, and winter festivals, like how could we engage the park in the wintertime as well. And then finally, thinking about water connection and the fact that this is a park that's on the river, which is a pretty valuable and exciting site. What would you like to see more of for a river-based activity? And a lot of folks said educational signage, and actually more habitats and plants at the water's edge for wildlife. Other top responses were boat access, fishing, bird watching, kayaking. So there seemed to be a lot of excitement. We just asked people also just to kind of give us one word that describes how they want to feel when they come to the park. The top one was safe. Peaceful, relaxed, pride, and hopeful were some top responses. So big picture, there's kind of the big takeaways were in 3 buckets: programming, community, health and safety, and ecology and environment. So big takeaways were increasing waterfront access, creating family-friendly spaces that are accessible to everybody, and providing more flexible spaces that can accommodate a lot of different types of community events. For health and safety, create a safe and welcoming environment, and encourage movement in a healthy style through play, through outdoor fitness, etc. And then finally, in ecology and environment, improving the habitat for birds, fish, and other wildlife, and integrating educational elements into the park design. So, how have we done that? But before that, so tomorrow we're really excited. We're doing 2 meetings. We already talked about the community meeting that will be hosted here in Chambers. We're also going to, in the morning, do a workshop with Saginaw High School students as well. We did one during the master plan. It was really great. They sort of designed their own park. We're going to do a follow-up with them and show them how their input affected and shaped the design. And so this is kind of showing the park location, and you can see this is just placed on the neighborhood association map, and we're hoping to use this for the meeting tomorrow so everyone can kind of see where they fall within relationship to the park along the riverfront. So, design progress. So this is the park today. It's on South Water Street, Hoyt Avenue, Thompson Avenue, and then you can see Washington is the larger avenue there. Some kind of key takeaways that we heard: more walking paths and places to sit, boat access to the park, more plants and habitat at the water's edge, more access to the waterfront, family-friendly spaces, and educational and fun play features. And so this is what we presented last time. The plan is to have a big central lawn to promote and accommodate events, and access directly down to the water, a community garden, a waterfront walking boardwalk that accommodates fishing as well as a fishing pier, and a playground. And so since then, we've made a few changes. I think the biggest ones are we've really worked through the playground to incorporate more education into the playground. We've created more additional flexible community spaces, picnic groves, places to sit with families. You could bring a large group, small immersive spaces. So I don't know if this will work. Kind of. You can kind of see here there's some smaller pockets to sit among trees in the shade. And then a big thing we've done is added a lot more seating along the waterfront edge. And so these are just some illustrations. You can kind of see here the Iron Bell Trail will run north to south on the site and connect into the bike trail that's there today. This plan will actually widen it. You can see the view out over the lawn and a lot more kind of trees and low shrub and vegetation and plants at the water's edge. This is a view of some of the playground elements. Through a lot of our meetings, there was a lot of excitement about the logging industry on the Saginaw River and creating a play element that's kind of inspired by the logs for kids to kind of learn about that history of their city. This is a view of the waterfront, incorporating a lot more seating and a lot more amenities for fishing as well. You can see the pier in the background, as well as providing boat access. This was something that a lot of folks asked for. How could we actually come to the site from the water as well? And then this is a view of the fishing pier in the performance space. So there's some stepped areas to sit. This is a small stage where there could be a small music performance, poetry, dance, whatever that may be, a cultural performance, and then a pier out to the water for fishing. And so this is the final overhead view. And that's all we have to share. It was a short presentation, but we had a lot last time, so really happy to share where we're at now.